Hello everyone and welcome back to our latest video, and today I have something very special to you, or for you. First of all, I want to say happy holidays and thank you everyone for an awesome year here on the channel. It's been a lot of fun making these stupid videos for you guys, and I just always very appreciative and thankful for everybody that tunes in and watches. So today, what are we doing? Well, this madness you see before you is an over 3,000 point battle report featuring basically my entire Kroot army, the army that started the channel, the army that most of you know me for, against the one opponent who could possibly hope to defeat such a force. Me. That's right. What you are looking at is probably the biggest solo game of 40k you'll ever watch on the internet, because nobody else is dumb enough to try to do such a thing. So, in the very real possibility that my mind snaps under so much pressure of trying to know the rules of two gigantic forces, please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, and if you want to see any future upcoming kit bashes, there is a Patreon link down below where I post all my work in progress stuff. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and start this madness, because I have a feeling it is going to take quite a while. Just to really quickly start off the video, we already went over the terrain. There's 5 objectives spread out across the board. To keep these things simple, for me, we are going to be playing super basic 40k. 5 objectives, you get points based on hold 1, hold 2, hold more. That is the criteria for the main objectives, and for secondaries, we both are the exact same. We've got bring it down, as both sides have plenty of monsters and vehicles to get points for that. We then have engage on all fronts, again, as both units have a lot of fast moving and able to move around the board quickly units, whether they're deep striking or just fast moving in general. And then we have raise banners. We've got 5 objectives. Both sides have plenty of infantry that are able to raise banners. So without further ado, let's jump in and start playing. My final warning, I'm probably going to get plenty of rules wrong, guys. This is more just about having fun and seeing how I think it's closer to 3,200 points of Kroot do against 3,200 points of Chaos Space Marines. All right, let's jump in and let's start off with the roll-off to see who goes first. All right, to see who goes first, let's see the Kroot. And that is a 6. Can the World Eaters match it? Oh my god, we have a draw. Alright, let's redo that. Kroot. 1 and 5. Alright, so it will be a World Eaters turn 1. Honestly, I'm a little bit thankful for that, because I had a sneaking suspicion that if this monstrosity got to go first, there might not be too much of a game. He has a habit of, if he goes first, he just kind of destroys whatever could possibly harm him, and then the game is over. So I'll come back at the end of World Eater's movement phase. Alright, we might as well start the shooting phase off with what everybody here is probably most excited to see. If you're not on Team Kroot, we're going to take everything from the Lord of Skulls, who's being buffed up by the Lord Discordant, into the Kroot Townar, because if we don't blunt this thing now, it's just going to do a lot of very not nice things to us next turn. So we're going to start off with the Gatling gun. It's 12 shots, hitting on 2s. Pretty good. Those out. And then we'll be wounding on 4s, strength 8 into T8. GW, please make the Townar T9, the Land Raiders T9. Townar should be T9. Alright, so we got, what's that, 4, 5 wounds. It is at -3. Townar has 5 up invuln. So we'll see. Pretty good. So and we don't have -1 damage either on the Townar, so that is 2, 4, 6 wounds so far. so he would be down to 24. The other gun is the Gore Storm Cannon, so that's 3d3 shots. So 3, 4, 5 shots. Same thing. So all hit. Wounding on 4s as well. Good on the wound roll there. Okay. Again, 5 up invulns. Did good there. I believe that one is 2 damage as well, but I'll double check. So I think that we are down to 22 wounds. So not bad, considering we're World Eater shooting. Did 8 wounds to the big towner. And this is what I'm always saying. Even though he's real big, he's got a lot of guns, not very durable, and there's really nothing you can do anymore about it. You can't use drones, you can't use, ethereals or anything. He just kind of has to sit there and take it and hopefully live. So on to what is next for the shooting for the World Eaters. I just think that the only other thing that's really going to be relevant is we'll shoot with the Land Raider, same thing, and then I'll probably just, skip over the other stuff and we'll come back at the end of their shooting phase. So the Land Raider is going to have 4 las cannon shots. There's through this alleyway here, he's going to be able to be not obscured, no like -1 to hit shooting through that stuff. So just 3s to hit, nothing special here. Good hitting. Now this is actually wounding on 3s because las cannons are strength 9. And this could be nasty here. Ooh, all 4 wounded. Not good for our town, our friend. Need to make some 5 up invulns here. This might be worth a reroll. Get pretty good odds. Save 2, and I will CP 1 for the Kroot. And he makes it. Awesome. So that's 1 shot from the Land Raider. If I'm not mistaken, I think that they are D6 plus 2. I'll have that pop on the screen right now, but so it's D6 regardless. I think it's D6 plus 2 now for the Land Raider. And it's just 1. That would be worth a CP reroll for the World Eaters for sure, so they'll CP that into a 4. So that's either 4 or it's 6. I think it's 6. So we were at 22, so we would be down to, oh my god, why can't my brain work right now? Oh my god, I've completely just blanked. What's that, 16 wounds? Okay, 16 wounds. And then, yeah, I'll just dust over the other World Eater shooting here. Alright, so to conclude, really, for World Eaters turn 1, they did a surprising amount of damage in shooting. They got the Towner all the way down to 10 wounds, and it actually could have been a lot worse than that. He had a couple good saving rolls. Basically then, just to finish up shooting, the Rhinos took a couple little pot shots and cleaned out some Hounds. This one killed 2. That one over there killed 3. So a pretty good start to the game. 1 banners was raised back here by these cultists. A lot of the forces have moved up to start claiming the middle, and they did some pretty serious work to the Kroot firepower back there, but the Towner, as we know, is not the only threat in this army, and the Kroot can certainly come back from this. So we'll see how the Kroot do, and I'll check back in at the end of Kroot movement phase. Alright, well, since we started with it for the World Leaders, it's only fair that the Kroot get their time to let their monster shine in the sun. Now, unfortunately, our boy here got quite hurt in the last turn, so he is now only hitting on 4s. He does have a natural BS of 3+, but we've used the stratagem to throw a marker light on that bad boy. But for those that don't know, his arm guns, if you overcharge them, because they're just mega plasma guns, for each hit roll of a 1, he actually takes D3 mortal wounds, and they're 3d6 shots each, so I really don't think he'll survive it if he overcharges them. So in the off chance that he might live another turn, we are not going to do that. So what we'll do is we'll put his big back guns into that guy, and we'll put both of the arm guns into probably this defiler, as I believe that's the only other thing he'll be able to see right now. I guess maybe this rhino. Maybe just by a hair, the rhino. So I'm just going to get set up, and then we'll go ahead and roll for that. Alright, so here we go with his back guns. He has 2 shots with each for a total of 6 shots. So this will be hitting on 3s against our big guy. Okay, a little bit worse than average. These will be wounding on 3s. And we're going to CP that. Oh, dang it. Alright, now that is 2 that are -4 of a 5-up invuln through a demonic unit. Oh, and unfortunately he made one. Now that is flat 5 damage. So he's going to be, I think he has 28 now, so he's going to be down to 23. So we'll now do the arm guns into this rhino, and then, or I guess to do it in order, the smart missiles are also going to that guy. They're the only other thing that's in range. So he has 4 of them. So we've got 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay. These will just be on 4s though. Unfortunately, I break terrain. Alright. Not too bad, and then these will be on 5s and 6s. So we got 3 more. These are at -1, but Armor of Contempt will make that nothing. So he's fine. Alright, so that didn't do anything. But now onto the Rhino. We got 9 shots each. So as long as I'm not missing any dice, I should be able to just take 2 out of that. It's a set of 20. I need bigger hands for this. Okay, these were on 4s as well. Unfortunately, quite a few 3s. Oh, that's still pretty good though. Oh my god, so many 4s. Okay, this will be on 4s again because the undercharged is just like a plasma gun. It's 7. Okay, so quite a few. I believe these are all at -2. I'll double check. So this will be 4-ups. Okay, so not too good for the poor Rhino. I think those are 2 damage each, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Do a quick double check and I'll pop back, but I think that is the Rhino dead. Yep, I did double check, and that is the Rhino just barely dead. That one just had a squad of 5 Berserkers in it, so we'll roll to see if any of them die on the way out. Ooh, alright, one of them does. So we'll just go ahead. There's nobody in range for it to explode, but goodbye, Rhino. And we'll have them get out right near the cover there. I know you're supposed to place them before you move the model, but whatever. We like to live dangerously. So there is our 4 Berserkers. Maybe that goes a little bit too far. Doesn't really matter too much. 4 Berserkers are out. So yeah, so that is the big guy done. We do have a couple more meaningful things to shoot here, so I will go ahead and roll for them. So we are going to put our hammerhead into the big guy as well. I don't think his smart missiles will be in range, so it'll probably just be the big gun. We'll do the Krootox into the big guy as well. Also the Riptide over there. And I guess the rail guns from these guys. There's no more marker lights. There will be some small buffs. We've got the ethereal over here who did get his power off. The what's it called? Something of the tides that gives +1 to wound for auxiliary units. So he's put that on the Krootox there. We're also rerolling 1s for the Shaper. And then we've got our Hammerhead here. So, yeah, that's about it. Oh, we've got broadsides hidden over there in the building as well, with the other commander with them. So that will be happening as well. I might just roll for all that, and then if something crazy is about to happen, like he's about to die, I'll come back for that. Well, well, well. Not looking so hot now, are we, Mr. Lord of Skulls? Oh my god. So, after whiffing with this entire half of the board, the Hammerhead did nothing. The fully buffed up Krootox did nothing. Even really, like, this is a 1,000-point model. All he killed was a Rhino. Not that great. These guys missed with all their railguns. The only thing that has done more damage to this guy is that Riptide way over there. He said, no, 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 not today, sir. He overcharged his Nova reactor, and he did 16 damage to that guy. The reason we're filming now is because the broadsides are yet to go, and they are receiving several buffs from the commander behind them. So there's a very real possibility that they kill this guy just through volume of shots. So I'm going to need both hands to roll all these dice, but I'll come back maybe for the saving throws for this guy, and we'll see how we are doing. So that right there is already how many wound rolls this guy is going to have to make at 2 damage a pop from the missile pods from our broadsides over there. They were getting the 6s to hit auto wound buff from the commander, as well as rerolling 1s to hit, and the 6s auto wound really made a big difference. So these are -2 go to -1, so this guy should still have a pretty good save, but we'll see. I believe he has just taken another 4 wounds, so our friend here is down to 5, and we still have the small missiles to go. So it'll be all of that again. I guess maybe I can do this on camera. These are the smart missiles from those guys. The commander won't be able to shoot, unfortunately, because he is too far behind that ruin. He didn't touch into it. So we'll re-roll these 1s. No 6s. Ew. None at all. Alright, get all those misses out of there. So those are hits. Come on, 6s. Oh, we got some. Oh, ask and you shall receive. So we got 3 wounds already. These will be on 5s and 6s. And just 1 more. So 4 saves, so he can't die. These will be on his normal 2-ups. Took 1 more for his trouble. Oh. So he is down to 4. So it looks like he is going to live. So we get another round of Taunar versus Lord of Skulls combat. So if you think about it, the World Eaters actually did better in shooting than the Kroot did, because this guy is worth almost double the points of this guy, and they are similarly hurt. The World Eaters did kill a couple hounds, and the Kroot did kill 1 rhino. But honestly, I would have to give this one to the World Eaters. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, it's the kind of the classic, the shooting army versus the fighting army, only, you know, I made a fighting army that actually has a fair amount of shooting, and I made a shooting army that actually has a fair amount of fighting. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. To end Kroot turn 1, we are holding 1 objective. Yeah, we didn't quite get to number 2 here in the middle. Although I guess, oh yeah, what did my objective? I'd friggin' knocked the objective over. I guess we are holding 2 as well. We did get a little bit of bring it down points for that rhino kill, and yeah, that's about it. Now we will go back in the end of World Eaters Movement, turn 2. Alright, I have a feeling this could be the end of our beloved dinosaur boy. The Lord of Skulls is going to be putting all his shots into him once again being buffed up by the Lord Discordant over there behind him. He is all the way down to BS5, now up to BS4 because of the Lord Discordant. So, who knows? There's a chance. I think it's pretty slim though. These are dark times. Truly the darkest timeline right now. We are in Boys and Girls. I'm sitting here like a madman playing 40k by myself. And I can't even let the self that deserves the win get the win. Alright. Managed to get all the shots. The Lord of Skulls. Hitting on 4s. Okay. This many hits. Wounding on 4s. Oh, pretty good wound roll. Alright. Oh, God. I think we just eat it, I guess. So 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. We are down to 2 wounds. Gross. Alright, 3d3 on the big one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 7. Okay. 4s again. Just the 1. And we save that. Okay. So we live for now. We're all the way down to 2 wounds. Quite a bit more shooting still to do. We will see if the Land Raider is the one to finish him off. I have a feeling it will be. We got 4 shots, just hitting on 3s. Ooh, not good. Wounding on 3s. Still not good. Saving on 5s. No. He is mega dead. Does he explode? Oh, it's so sad. I think, it really took the greatest player around to defeat me. And it was me. I don't think any of my friends have actually succeeded in killing the Towner. Nope, he doesn't explode. So, unfortunately, that is the end of our big beautiful baby. Not the best debut for YouTube, buddy. We will get one last good look at you before you are kicked off the island. Truly the model that started everything for me as far as internet validation points. Go ahead and remove him. Oh, I almost just destroyed everything. God. The dangers of floor hammer. I'm just going to move him over there. He can guard the kids' craft table. Oh, he's not wanting to balance very good. Alright. We still have some more World Eater shooting, but obviously that was the main thing, and very tragic. I don't know if it's looking too good for our Kroot boys. So we've got some shots from a Hellbrute over here, another Hellbrute over there, a couple Defilers, and that's pretty much it. So I'll catch back after that, and I'll let you know how we did. Alright, we wrapped up the rest of the shooting. This Great Narlock here took about 4 wounds. I believe that was from the Hellbrute's las cannon over there. The Berserkers over there shot at those hounds, failed to kill any of them. The 2 Defilers wiped the entire squad of 10 Kroot from over here. This rhino shot at the hounds in front of him and annoyingly only killed one, so there's still one there just kind of move blocking him, chilling. And now it is going to be the all-important charge phase. So what we're going to do is those 4 berserkers going into this Great Narlock, they need an 8. Probably not worth the reroll. It's a pretty long charge. And then the rhino is actually going to just try to run over that hound and get rid of him. 6 didn't really matter. He is going to be just... I guess we'll scoot around a little bit. Pow. Alright. And I think that is it. Nobody else is really in range. I don't think, although I didn't measure, maybe that Defiler can charge like a really long Hail Mary 12-incher. Never mind my feet. You want picks, you gotta pay extra. No, too far. Alright, so I guess just some really weaselly combat of a rhino over there. See if you can get rid of that annoying hound. I'll just do it right now. It's 3 attacks, hitting on 6s. Nope, nothing. Alright, so to finish off, we are still just holding the 2 objectives for the World Eaters. We did raise a banner over there as well with that other unit of cultist. So we did get 1 point for banners at the start of this turn. We now have raised another one. We are not engaging on any and all fronts just yet. And we will get points for killing the vehicle, and that's it. So, and we will catch back at the end of Kroot movement phase. What's this? This will be Kroot turn 2 now. Alright, the situation is as follows. These are dark times for the Kroot forces. We've got a lot to accomplish this turn if we want to remain in the game, but I think that we have the firepower left in order to pull it off. So, we've moved up quite aggressively. We pretty much have to. Basically, the goal for this turn, we need to remove this guy. He's on 5 wounds remaining after healing up 1 the previous turn. We hopefully can smash these 4 berserkers here and begin to move up on this flank. Hopefully our elite Kroot melee division over here are able to handle that rhino and maybe even whatever comes out. We've got multiple units lined up to take the shots on this guy. Got units in the middle. As far as marker lights, we managed to get 2 on the Lord Discordant. There's Lord of Skulls, 2 on the Lord of Skulls, as well as 2 on this Defiler. Those were mostly from these Pathfinders in the middle who remained stationary, as well as 1 chipped in from this, what's it called? What's it called? Anyway, you know what I mean. Fire Warrior Commander guy. So yeah, we're going to be taking our shots here, and maybe when we get to the wound roll for this guy, we'll come back. That right there is a wonderful number, because that right there is the wound roll for a hammerhead railgun into that guy. And for anyone that hasn't experienced the joys, the highs and the lows of the Tau railgun, hitting, you get 1 shot. You get to reroll it for free, but if that sucker hits and then it wounds, you get no invuln. It's -6, and then I think it's D6 plus 6 damage, and then you get another 3 mortal wounds on top of that. He only had 5 wounds left. He is so mega dead. Now, fun part, does he explode and hurt everybody around him? You can tell I'm a little bit Kroot biased in this game. But like honestly, I obviously love both these armies pretty equally. No, he doesn't explode sadly. But now that is both heavies off the board, and what a way to start with the very first shot of Kroot turn 2 here. Oh my god. This thing, when it overcharges, is just absolutely ridiculous. So obviously the Lord of Skulls just died. we kind of plinked some wounds off this guy. As you can see, we had him down to about 7. That was a couple of plasma shots from our commander here. I think the Kroot even got 1 wound off him. They might have got a couple wounds off him. They got a couple wounds off him. I think that the railguns of them did most of the damage. But anyway, so he's down to 7 wounds. This guy just shoots and literally does, like, I don't even know what it was. Some crazy, like, friggin' 12 or 16 damage again or something. There's 4 damage a shot with that guy. I think it was 16 damage he just took. This poor man didn't make any of his invuln saves. Didn't explode either, thankfully, but so he is no more. And just like that, board's not looking so scary. Now, don't forget there is still some Terminators to come down, as well as quite a lot of Berserkers to get out. So this game is far from over. It's actually very, very back and forth. And as soon as the World Eaters get to combat, obviously a lot of this is just going to evaporate. So, there's a little bit more shooting to do. The broadsides haven't went yet, as well as the small arms fire over there, but that's pretty much wrapping it up. Okay, so the last little bit of Kroot shooting is over. We did kill the Rhino over here in shooting. I think 2 Berserkers died on the way out, and we managed to get 1 with the various smart missiles from that other squad hiding behind the building. Other than that, not much else went for shooting. Now it is the all-important charge phase. We're going to have several charges over here into Berserkers, as well as a couple over here. So we'll do that Great Narlock first. Obviously he makes it in, no problem. Those Kroot Hounds next to him, yep, no problem. So we'll just go ahead, we're going to move these guys around a little bit, and we'll just move him in, that's fine. Now over here, it's interesting, move around. We've got this little Kroot Hound kind of in the way, so he's going to charge first. On a 5, I believe he makes it, and I just stupidly forgot my tape there. Alright, let me see here. Ooh, just. But so he can get in there out of the way. Like that. Now for the Great Narlock to make it in, I'm gonna guess he needs like a 7. A 6 might not do it. No. Definitely need more than that. We'll spend the CP on it. We'll try it. Oh, no, that's painful. Alright, the Narlock Cavalry going in. They need a longer one. That'll do it. Alright. Might even be able to get all of them in with that. So, and we're just saying, guys, the edges of these boards, they're a little bit fluid, we're going to say, just because this is such a massive game. The board really should be a little bit wider than this mat is. So I'm not too worried about going over the edge a little bit with these guys. So he's going to go to 12, and he's going to pile around. So with that, we're going to be able to get just about all these guys in. Here. Checking a little bit closer. Can we get them all? Maybe not quite all. Yeah, I guess if the hound was based. Yeah, should be pretty close. Alright, so we'll have that fight, and we'll have that fight over there. These Kroot, I don't think, can any longer make it in, so we don't need to worry about that. But we'll come back with how this ended up. Would you believe it's been so long since I fought with these guys that I didn't remember what their stats were? Anyways, with the mounts, they get 2 extra bite attacks each. So we're going to do those now. On the charge, they go up to strength 6. Wow, that's really spread out, but I'm okay with it because it hit pretty darn good. We only missed 1. Okay. These are strength 6, so 3s. Not bad. And then AP2, so down to 1. So these are 4s for the Berserkers. Okay, pretty good. So we've killed 2 so far. There was only 3 left. So I guess we'll remove those 2, leave the champion. And then we just have the rider attacks as well. So they get 2 each as well. Miss. Miss. 4 hits. And they go up to the strength. They actually have the old Kroot stats. So they only go up to strength 4, but so that's fine for those 2. These will just be his normal 3-ups. And he's fine. Okay, so there's 1 Berserker left over there. Now I forgot to roll it, but so when a Great Narlock charges in on a 4-up, they do D3 mortal wounds. So he is doing them, and then D3, 2. Okay, so one of those 4 guys that are left over there is dead for mortal wounds, so that'd be 2. And then the Great Narlock fighting gets 4 attacks. Would those Berserkers interrupt? I mean, they've got the CP for it, so yeah, probably, yeah, I guess I would. I guess I would, as World Eaters, I would interrupt there. So, with the amount of attacks coming in, we can just go ahead and say that Great Narlock is dead. He only had 5 wounds left. The only question is, would I split them enough to kill him and the Hounds? I think the new Berserkers have like 8 attacks each. Is it worth rolling or not? I'll probably roll it out, but I'll just do it off camera and I'll let you guys know how it went. Funny old turn of events. I actually overestimated how good the new Berserker stats are. They killed those Hounds no problem, but they left my boy here on 2 wounds, which meant that he got to just turn around and give them the dirty, and he killed 2 of them back for their trouble. So now we have this Mortal Kombat of a Great Narlock on 2 wounds versus a Berserker Sergeant or Champion or whatever he's called. So that's pretty funny. The Hound, the lone Hound over there, failed to kill that last Berserker of the squad. Very annoying. But that's kind of how I've found the Narlock Cavalry to be. The Great Narlocks are much better, and it's a damn shame you can't take more than 3 of them in a list. The Narlock Cav, like, they should be faster. They're kind of an annoying amount of wounds, but they're not very killy. They're a lot less killy for their points than the Great Narlocks are, so they're unfortunately not that great. The Great Narlocks for their points are very good, I find, but the Narlock Cav are not so good. But they might be just enough wounds to kind of be annoying over there and tie up what's over there right now. So we'll see how that goes. So at the end of our turn for the Kroot, what have we done? Well, we killed another Defiler. We killed the Defiler, killed the other Rhino, and we killed the Lord of Skulls. So a bunch of points for Bring It Down. We are still only holding 1. I guess we're not holding 2 anymore because we had to leave it, which was unfortunate. And we haven't taken that back yet. I guess we're holding the mid. We're holding the mid. That Narlock did move up so that he's close enough. So I guess we're holding 1, holding 2. We are getting a little bit more for engage now. No, not yet. Those Narlocks are not quite over the line. We did get a little bit this turn for those Hounds, which are no longer with us, RIP. So yeah, we will see how we go into, this is World Eater's turn 3, and I have a feeling those Berserkers, which are the Red Butchers, are going to be coming down very soon. Alright, it is World Eater's turn 3. We have moved up once again with everything, leaving only some cultists and their handler behind to guard that objective. We've got quite a scrap going over here. Over this one, we've got a Hellbrute, our Lord on bike, and the Apostle about to fight the Narlock Cavalry. We've got 4 Berserkers about to do what they do best into those Kroot and maybe the Narlock. The Lord Discordant and some bikes. Probably going to mess up this Narlock and possibly something else. The Land Raider with the last cargo of 5 Berserkers has moved up to help grab that middle objective, maybe next turn. I'm going to see what they can do. Probably want to aim at taking out some of these heavy hitters and... Oh, what? What's that? What's that? What could possibly do that when we've got all this Kroot in front? Oh, just some sneaky Terminators that, when measured, are exactly 9 inches away from the 2 units back here. So, unfortunately for the Kroot, there was room back there to let them just sneak on in. So, they're going to go for a Hail Mary charge and hopefully start shutting down some of this back line of the Kroot. If not, Mass Bolter Fire at least can probably just take out that character, and then maybe next turn start to threaten these guys. So, should be interesting. We'll come back after World Eater's shooting phase. Alright, end of World Eater's shooting phase, and it went pretty well. 1 Narlock Cavalry was removed thanks to the combined shooting of what's over there. We lost 2 Carnivores from that squad to the pistols of the Berserkers in front of them. Between the Lord Discordant and the Bikers, I think we lost, there's 3 or 4 of the Pathfinders as well as their drone. And, oh yeah, Hammerhead gone. Between the las cannons, a raid against it, the shots from the Defiler, and then actually the very last wound was taken by the Terminators in the back, just to make sure that it went down. And yeah, so Hammerhead is gone. That's a pretty significant source of shooting for the Kroot. Now, of course, it is the glorious and the bloody World Eater's charge phase. So, here we are at the end of the World Eater's fight phase. I apologize, it is it's like 3:30 in the morning, and I forgot to record any of the actual rolling, but as you can see, all of their fight phases went very well. Narlock is dead over there, Narlock is dead over there. All of these Narlocks are dead, despite the fact I did pay the CP to interrupt, and I tried to fight the Lord. They managed to do a whole 1 wound to him, so not so good there. You had some bad rolling between these 3 Chads here. It's 3 plus 2. They were able to wipe them out. This glorious Kroot Hound is now all that stands between them. And then these Berserkers here were easily able to cleave through those Kroot there. It wasn't even quite a full squad anymore. So they elected not to pile into the Shaper. Let me think about that. Does that even make sense? No, I guess that is just for the extra little bit of movement. It does make sense, so we'll let the Shaper fight them. Unlikely that he'll do any wounds, but yeah, still pretty back and forth. Those Terminators, they even made their charge on the little Cadre Fireblade, so not looking so good. They're getting pretty surrounded here. This might go the way of the World Eaters yet. Alright. I'm not so sure that the Kroot can actually pull this back, but if we can, in a perfect world, our Riptide over there, I'm actually not sure what he's going to shoot at just yet. I don't think he has it in him to open up the Land Raider in 1 turn, but he might have to shoot at that. It might also make sense to just remove a different unit. Our leader is going to go balls to the wall and try to fight the Lord Discordant. He is the Mega Melee Commander with the Onager Gauntlet and the the Flamer Relic thing, so he might just have that in him. Kroot have moved up to grab the middle objective. We've got our Krootoxin bravely fighting this Mechanical Horror. I don't think that's going to go super well. We do have our broadsides in the back still. They have a number of things they can shoot at. We're going to try to probably rely pretty heavily on them, especially now that we have Terminators hiding back here. And then we have a lone Great Narlock and our last 2 Kroot that infiltrated ready to fight it out over there for that objective. Again, I don't see that going super well. Maybe if the Riptide or the Broadsides target what's over here, maybe then we'll have a chance. I don't know. But we're just going to go and we're going to see what we can do. Now, you may notice a difference in the board from the last time I checked in, and that's because there's a distinct lack of World Eaters. Holy shit, that was the shooting phase we needed to get back into it. The Kroot are on a bit of a roll here. The Riptide, once again, did what apparently it just does, and just deleted, just straight up yeeted off the table, that poor Defiler. The Hellbrute went down to a combination of the Krootox, and I think it was shots from the commander. His plasma rifles was enough to get rid of that. Who else died? One bike died to the railguns of the Pathfinders, who are still up here on the building. The Berserkers there died to a combination of the smart missiles from the Riptide and the smart missiles from the Broadsides, as well as the missiles from the commander as well. And then the big missiles from the Riptide, from the Broadsides, killed the commander over there, who was touching the scenery there so that he was able to be shot. Now it is the all-important Kroot charge phase. I feel like the Land Raider is going to just live till the end of the game. I don't really know what's going to be able to take that, if anything. And the World Eaters are certainly not out of it yet at all. The Lord Discordant also did lose, I think he lost 3 wounds total to just a combination of little shots here and there. I think the Flamer, the Relic Flamer, I think got 2 of them. So yeah, we'll come back at the end of the Kroot fight phase, and I'll stop in the middle if there's anything super exciting. So the highlight, I guess, of that fight phase was that these Kroot that came in from reserve actually made their charge onto the objective. Their melee was a little lackluster. Them plus this one hound managed to kill, I think, 5 traitor guardsmen. And then our fearless leader over there easily punched to death the Lord Discordant, who was on 6 or 7 wounds left. That combination of the Gauntlet plus, I think it's called Precision of the Hunter, the Warlord trait, is just it's just really, really good. We didn't bother charging over here. It's just the Demon Prince that is there, and nothing there is going to be able to fight him effectively, so we're going to have to just accept that. It's far from over. We've got Terminators we can't deal with. We got a Demon Lord we can't deal with. A Land Raider we can't deal with. And we still got Hellbrute, another character, and some bikes, plus Berserkers in there. So honestly, still really hard to tell, really hard to call. I've kind of got a feeling it's gonna go. I feel like the Kroot might survive it, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to catch up on points easily. So we'll see. We'll come back in the end of World Eaters movement phase, turn 4. So, World Eaters turn 4, we're going to end up having some combat up here with our Dark Apostle and the Hellbrute versus the Narlock. The Enforcer with his Ogre Bodyguard are slowly going to try to make their way over and help those guys out. The Land Raider is still central in the board and ready to maybe duel it out with the Riptide. The Berserkers have jumped out in order to fight the Commander. Bikers have moved up to fight the Kroot. The Terminators have begun the long trek over to maybe try to deal with the Broadsides, although they won't be making it this turn. They had to advance to even get that far. The Demon Prince has come over here to fight everybody, and quite frankly, nobody there is going to be able to stand up to him. I honestly think this is looking like maybe a World Eaters win now. I don't know. I keep changing my mind every 5 seconds. We'll have to see how it goes after the shooting phase, and maybe how well our shields hold up to what's coming. Alright, after a little bit of shooting, we've done some charges. A bunch of these Kroot got mowed down by bolter fire. These berserkers charged into the commander, who fired Overwatch and actually managed to kill 2 of them, mostly due to that relic flamer. We have our demon prince getting into combat with a whole load of characters and the Krootoks, and then we have that ongoing combat way over there with the Narlock as well as the Kroot tied up with those traitor guardsmen. I'll come back at the end of this round here and see how many skulls the World Eaters managed to get. Obviously it makes the most sense to fight with these guys into him first and pop as many stratagems as possible, because if not, I'm going to interrupt and obviously probably kill those 3 berserkers there. Alright, we have finished the combat for the World Eaters, and it was a massacre as expected, but not 100% their way. These Kroot actually managed to finish off those traitor guardsmen, so we do hold that point for them. The Riptide took its first couple wounds, it lost its drones, and it lost another 2 wounds, mostly to the Land Raider. The Narlock over there was killed, Kroot in the middle were killed, the commander was killed, and the Krootoks were all killed. So, you know, it's kind of went the way we thought it would go. Can the Kroot bring it back for turn 5? I've been purposely neglecting to share the score with you guys because 1, this isn't even really a proper game, and 2, I haven't even been keeping track very well, and 3, this is more about just having fun here. And it honestly is really fun to have all the models out at once. I'm having a pretty good time despite how friggin' tired I am. We're almost done. We're almost done. Alright. Kroot just had another pretty good solid shooting phase between the broadsides and these Pathfinders. We were able to get rid of those 5 Terminators, which was pretty surprising. We started to chip away at those guardsmen with the Tetras. The Kroot, and I think it was this guy here with the Relic Kroot rifle. Did a couple wounds to this guy, and we got, I think, 1 of the berserkers out of the middle. So not bad. Again, like I think by the end of turn 5, I think both armies are going to have a couple things left. What those things are, we'll just have to see. So it'll be World Eater's turn next. We'll just go right into their movement. Alright, everybody. It is way too late. I'm going to call it quits. I can basically talk through what's going to happen with this last 2 rounds. Unfortunately for us Kroot lovers, it is going to go the way of the World Eaters. They do have a pretty significant lead on points. Again, this is just like a silly made-up game. This isn't even like 100% the proper rules, the way they play nowadays, with different secondaries and whatnot. But here's basically what's going to happen. So the Land Raider's on full health. He's sitting on that objective. He's not going anywhere. Berserkers and the Demon Prince are going to get into those Pathfinders. They're most likely all going to be gone. Maybe 1 survives, whatever. The Dark Apostle thought about going back to fight those Kroot, realized he couldn't kill enough of them to take that objective, and those guys are unlikely to make it in to help him. So instead what he's going to do is do something really sneaky. So these guys are going to charge and they're going to fight and kill that guy. If they got to spend a couple stratagems to do it, it's guaranteed they're going to get him. They're going to pile in and tag the Riptide so that it's not able to fire its Overwatch. Then he's going to get in and do some significant damage to the Riptide. And more importantly, it's going to be now tied up by 2 different units. So in the Kroot final turn, it won't even be able to shoot. So when all is said and done, what's going to happen is the World Eaters are going to clean up shop pretty good, but the Kroot are going to have a fair amount left as well. There's still going to be the 2 broadsides, the commander, probably 1, if not these 2 little characters here, and the Tetras, who are probably going to zoom over there to shoot those guardsmen a little bit more. It won't be enough to steal enough points away and, come back that way, but both sides both have a kind of comparable amount of points left over. The World Eaters definitely have a little bit more, and they definitely got more points in the end. Anyways, guys, thanks again so much for watching. As I said, this was just a fun final video of the year to make. It was a lot of fun to play, even though I had that cancellation with my friend. That was no drama, but they had personal stuff going on. It's no big deal at all. And I just wanted to make sure that I got this out one way or another because I wasn't sure if I'd have another chance to play a big game like this before the end of the year. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you did, if you enjoyed it at all, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and all that, normal YouTuber bullshit. Just thanks again one more time. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next year. Bye.